I want to start by saying that there was a camera from UCSD pointed at the Palisades when the fire started. And from what I see, there is a dude right there next to the fire.
Okay, so for starters, there's absolutely someone there. This camera directly facing over the Palisades, there's obviously someone there. There's obviously movement there. There's obviously already smoke. What is this person doing there? So, unless this is just some major coincidence, this individual probably started that fire at the Palisades. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? So, hey, listen, I'm a content creator, okay? But content creator is not synonymous with conspiracy theorist. Believe it or not, call it a blessing, call it a curse, whatever. I'm just not that guy, okay? I'm a very, very practical individual. I'm the type of person that you tell me that Jesus died on the cross and he rose on the third day. I'm like, but are you sure he rose on the third day, though? That's. And I grew up in a church. I'm a preacher's son. But I'm just that practical. If I can't see it myself and there is no proof out there, I have trouble leaning into conspiracies. Okay. I have trouble leaning into theories or even beliefs that aren't backed by some sort of visible, physical, or factual evidence. But as far as the fires in the Palisades, I've seen a video going around out there by a couple of different people that I'm going to include in this particular video, and this could be arson. Now, when I say arson, don't get that mixed up with intentional arson. Well, or is there any other kind? I mean, arson is arson, and I imagine that as far as the law is concerned, arson is still arson, whether you meant to set the fire, whether you meant to burn as much land or cause as much destruction as you did or not, is still arson, right? You're at that point, you're probably talking about first degree, second degree, that sort of thing. Either way, arson is arson, right? Arson simply means someone set the fire, right? Let's look up arson definition. The criminal act of deliberately setting fire to property. Okay. Well, either way, in this case, it would be arson. So the way I'm going to start it off is there's this video of these young kids going around that are in the California Palisades area. And there's a video that they dropped on New Year's Eve, which is the day before these fires on January the 1st, 2025 were discovered in the California area. And as we know, ever since, there's been some level of containment in some of the areas, but it's just been progressing and progressing and progressing. I mean, the amount of damage and destruction there is nothing less of catastrophic, nothing less than if a foreign country were to come in and attack us via bombing on our own soil. That's the level of destruction that we're looking at. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at these kids video to social media, and then we're going to react to it. So let's start off with this one.
This is the area that we're talking about. Okay. Temescal Ridge Trail. Okay. So the area is desolate today, slopes and sand, colorless moonlight. Okay. So this is what it looks like now. Just burnt. But this is if you can see the glass bottles on the ground. Okay. This is an area that people hang out. People were hanging out on New Year's Eve there, hence the bottles. And then there was a fire on New Year's Day.
Okay. You look at that hill, right? You see that there's obviously bottles, things like that there. Okay. I mean, there were people hanging out there, partying it up on New Year's Eve. Okay. What kind of people party it up on New Year's Eve on the side of a hill? Right? I mean, guys like me who are married and go and hang out with friends and we all have jobs and careers, we're not partying on the side of a freaking hill. I mean, you're looking at two options here. You know, either these are losers who absolutely have no money and nothing to do on New Year's Eve, or they're a bunch of young kids who don't have money and aren't hanging out with anyone except themselves. It's a big sausage fest. There's no chicks, no money, no nothing. They're just up there, you know, drinking a bunch of liquor and woohoo, yeah, Happy New Year, bruh. You know, that's the kind of people that hang out on a place like this, right?
This guy hadn't posted in 6 months before this. He also has an electrical outlet as his profile picture, and in his bio it says, "Ain't nothing but a prankster party." Oh fuck, really? That's not sketchy at all. So the first video I want to show is the fire in the background, like just started. A bunch of his buddies running down, smiling, laughing, giggling. And then the guy holding the camera saying, "That shit is going great." And then one of those nervous laughs, like when you were a kid and you were trying to prank somebody, but maybe it went too far and you're like, oh my God, what did we do?
So this guy, his Twitter profiles, either Ben X or Benny X, I don't recall which. His profile picture is actually a power cord going into an electrical outlet. And it actually says in the bio, oh, prank this, prank that, we're pranksters, life is one big prank, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. That's not verbatim, obviously, but clearly they're into pranks, into pranking.
Dude, it's catching up. That shit is going quick. The last. Dude, that's right where we were standing. We were literally right there. Holy shit.
Look at the way these kids come running down the hill. Not, oh no, I'm terrified, scared for my life, this fire is getting out of control, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. No, laughing, literally. You can see the one in the front smiling and laughing as though, ha, 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 this is one big prank. This is a big joke. Or then maybe a little bit of, oh shit, maybe this is going too far, you know, and then you see them begin to run through the brush and stuff after that, acting as though they're trying to get away from this fire that they probably set in the first place. And you can literally hear the brush snap, crackling, and popping as they're running through it because the brush is so freaking dry. So at first you get a little bit of the, oh, look, it's going good now. You hear somebody say it's going really good now, or it's going great now, or something like that. Are these the words of someone who is feared for their life or is witnessing a possible beginning of a forest fire? You live in California, even young kids who are idiots know that this is a problem in California. Okay? You set a fire, you think you're just else be easily contained. Next thing you know, the thing gets way out of control. You go to running down the hill like, oh, it'll go out on its own. Let's just get the hell out of here so we're not associated with it. Next thing you know, you turn around, shit get bigger, bigger, and bigger, right? And then you're like, oh shit, maybe our prank's gone too far, you know, that sort of thing. And that's when you see them. Oh well, let's, you know, it'll go out on its own. Let's make, you know, let's make a movie of it. You know, let's make it all intense. Oh, let's get out. Oh, it's coming. It's approaching. You know, even though the fire's nowhere really near them, they're running off like they're terrified, like the fire's literally chasing them. Did these kids set this fire? I mean, this is not. What I'm watching here is not indicative of people who are terrified for what they may have done. And how do I know that this could be something that could easily happen? How do I know that? I'm going to tell you how I know that. Because I've been a kid. I've been a teenager. I've never lived in California. I've never lived in a place that was susceptible to rapid spreading and growth of these sort of fires. I live in North Carolina. It's very humid here. I mean, there's times where you couldn't start a fire if you wanted to here. There's too much moisture in the air, right? But in a place like California where it's completely dry, a lot of brush, we've been going through drought, there's not been rain in any significant period of time, you just know this ain't the place you should be starting a fire. What the hell are these kids doing on this mountain, on the side of this mountain, watching this fire happen? But they say they were just there, right? You hear one of them say, oh, that's literally exactly where we were. Did you not see somebody? If you didn't say it, if that's where you just were, and you didn't say it yourself, did you see anyone? Did someone else said it? Was it the divine hand of God just reached down and a lightning bolt struck right in front of you and caught the place on fire? I mean, what happened? You know, I'm not saying these guys did it. I don't know. Maybe these guys didn't do it, but this seems really, really fishy. And I've been a teenager who has done stupid things. I won't even begin to rattle off the number of stupid things that I've done that could have potentially gotten me or someone else hurt. I am simply just a fortunate person. That's just what it all comes down to. The fact that I've not killed myself or someone else in my life, obviously by accident. I mean, I'm not a violent, I don't have violent tendencies or anything like that, but as far as the stupid stuff I've done, the fact that I've not killed myself or accidentally or incidentally killed someone else as a result of my stupid behavior is just a freaking miracle. Literally, it's a miracle. So when I see kids like this, and then all of a sudden this fire's there, you see this video camera facing the Palisades, and then you see this fire, you see movement, somebody's obviously standing there, the person probably started the fire, could be these kids. We do know that very same day, we get this video posted online to social media of these kids running down the thing. And, their thought probably was, well, nobody's ever going to know that we did this. Just say it was already there, But do I believe that their intention was to burn down a whole 23,000 acre area and cause the amount of destruction that they did? I mean, nah, probably not, But I also knew someone when I was a kid who dropped a cinder block off of a bridge. It ends up going into somebody's car windshield, ends up killing the guy. That kid didn't want to kill someone. That kid was not seeking to kill someone that night. He just thought it'd be funny to smash it on someone's car. And I know it sounds crazy. It's like, oh, well, they deserve it. They meant to kill. That's murder. Yeah, but there's intentional murder. And then there's murder that happens as a result of you just being a freaking negligent, ignorant, immature imbecile. There are murders that happen as a result of that, as opposed to someone getting angry. Oh, I'm going to pop a cap. There's a difference. Sorry to tell you. There's a difference. And the fact that it's caused the sort of destruction that it has doesn't take away from the fact that these kids could be guilty of starting this fire. And the fact that maybe they just meant it to be like a little fun. They're up there partying on New Year's Eve, and oh, the fire's getting a little too big. Swishing liquor around in their mouths and squirting it at the fire and then spitting some over here and just a bunch of drunk fun. And then the next thing you know, because the place is so dry, it's like a tinderbox and just, and then they're like, oh shit. And in their drunken state, they're running out, oh my God. And it's not until later that they realize what they've done. It's worth a look. It is worth a look. So let's watch one more real quick, and then we're going to respond to it, and that's going to be it.
Benji, this way. Yeah. Come on. Nice. Wow, this is scary. For real. Let's go, let's go. Really scary out there. Bro, that's a classic story. Go, meditation. I smell fire. I smell smoke. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait, I hear it. Oh, shit, I'm scared. We gotta go. Wait. Oh, fuck. Bro, we might. Oh my God, look.
Just listen. Listen to the footprints. Listen to their bodies as they wade through this brush. You can literally hear the snap, crackle, pop of how dry this environment is, right?
And this is kind of where it gets funny. Apparently this guy has been getting a lot of shit on his X profile. And a word to the wise here. If you're ever in a situation like this, and like I said, they may not have done this, but if it looks like you did do it, don't fucking post it. You know how bad this looks?
Getting a bunch of crap on X because people are thinking that maybe these guys started this fire, right? So eventually he jumps on and makes a post. Interesting to see how apophenic humans are and how quick they jump to conclusions. Apophenic just means you see patterns and things, so you automatically assume that X, Y, or Z happened based on having seen those patterns before, that sort of thing. Okay, so basically is what that means. But the whole thing behind it is, it looks like you started the fire, bro. It looks like you started the fire. You just ran from there. You get to the, it's really going good now, you know, not terrified that this fire is encroaching and growing, and you're obviously old enough to have enough common sense to know that this is an issue in California. You're obviously smart enough and intelligent enough to know you've not been receiving the amount of rain that you should be. You're obviously smart enough to know that if something like this, especially in a wooded, forested area like this, gets big enough, it's going to grow out of control and there will be no stopping it. You have to know this. Even as an idiot, you have to have some semblance of common sense somewhere deep down, right? And the whole thing is, why'd you post this footage in the first place? You had to know that people were going to look at this and say, well, damn, it started somewhere. Maybe these are the guys that started it. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. You know, for me, seeing all of that destruction, it's just hard for me to believe that just spontaneously out of nowhere. You know, I'm no forestry expert. Listen, I'm just a guy on here giving you my opinion. That's all it is. I have no clue. Maybe these guys had absolutely nothing to do with it. Maybe it's just some random ass kids out there assing around in the woods on New Year's Eve. And then this fire happens. They happen to post this video, and the time stamp happened to kind of coincide with when these fires popped off. And then the next thing you know, it looks like they started the whole thing, when in reality, they didn't have a jack diddly to do with it. That could absolutely be true. But damn, this damn sure looks really suspicious to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also, do subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.